Not all superheroes are capable of flight. Many of our favorite comic book characters find themselves in need of a mode of transportation thanks to this fact. I mean, we can't all be Superman soaring around through the sky, or a speedster capable of traveling vast distances in the blink of an eye. So today we are taking a look at one specific mode of transportation for superheroes: cars. Or at least the ones that drive fast. We're counting down the top 10 fastest superhero cars. Consider this more so a list of superhero vehicles ranked in terms of speed. So with that in mind, let's get to our list. And at number 10, the Battleshell. The Battleshell is owned by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's a hefty little guy. Also known as the Turtle Van, or rather the Turtle Van's successor, it's mainly maintained by Donatello, who was constantly upgrading it and had repurposed it initially from a regular vehicle. Now, it's an armored van, large enough to carry all of the turtles and their gear comfortably. Game changer. While it has appeared in multiple forms of Ninja Turtles media, this version is most commonly recognized from the animated TV series, having been a feature in the show from 2003 to 2009, until it was destroyed by the Foot Clan. The Turtles also drive around in something called the Turtle Van, as we mentioned earlier, which is more like a regular, oversized van with cannons rather than a completely souped up version built for assault missions. That one was also in the earlier TV series. Moving on to number 9, the Teen Titans T-Car from the animated series. So the T-Car might not be a vehicle that's really all that worth marveling at. It does kind of look like a pimped out SUV owned by a dude having a midlife crisis. Flames on the side? Yeah, speaks volumes. But it does serve an honorable purpose. It's the thing that gets Cyborg to battle while all of his other teammates have their own more interesting modes of transportation. Or can fly. That being said, this thing is fast. It has an onboard computer system that can drive itself with expertise and precision, and it can also turn into a flying car. Speaking of, that brings us to our next number. In at 8, Lola from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Lola is a pretty darn awesome flying car. A vehicle that appears in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it is a S.H.I.E.L.D. invention, a cherry red 1962 Corvette owned by Phil Coulson that was modified on designs and technology developed by Howard Stark. It's specifically an MCU creation, and in that world, it appears that it's actually a perfected version of the flying car that Howard Stark had showed off at the World Exposition of Tomorrow in the film Captain America: The First Avenger. Cause it's a shared universe. Lola has a few other neat tricks aside from flight. She has flamethrowers, 2 dual machine guns hidden behind the headlights, and can drive like a normal car or soar through the air. She's also Phil's baby. Moving on to number 7, the LAWMASTER. The LAWMASTER is the armored bike that belongs to Judge Dredd. It's a futuristic heavy-duty motorcycle that is equipped with artificial intelligence, and has a bunch of weapons too, might I add. It has machine guns built in, it carries multiple of Dredd's preferred firearm, the Widowmaker, and it has a slew of communication capabilities that respond to voice commands from within a judge's helmet. They also contain robot brains, which allows the bike to work on their own if necessary or need be. Cause it's the future. Moving on to number 6, got another bike for you guys, Mooncycle. Mark Spector has got some serious Batman vibes, I think we can all agree about that. Marvel's Moon Knight, just like the Caped Crusader, is a billionaire with a whole lot of disposable income to design and create vehicles and gadgets to better serve his vigilante adventures. And while his most impressive vehicle is arguably the Mooncopter, Spector has also invented his very own motorcycle, aptly called the Mooncycle. It first appeared in Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 1 from 2009, and it made one hell of an entrance. Moon Knight dropped a giant metal ball from the sky, and after the ball stopped rolling, it cracked open and revealed him inside on top of this bike. You can also make a version of it out of Lego if you wanted to, which is kinda cool. He doesn't like Lego. And at number 5, the Batmobile. Of course the Batmobile lands on our list. The Batmobile is the oldest vehicle on our list, originating from Detective Comics issue 27 in 1939, but with the term technically being introduced in Batman's mythos in 1941, where it was referred to as such in Detective Comics issue 48. It's also probably the most famous fictional car out there, even more so than like Optimus Prime. Everyone knows what the Batmobile is. It's grown a lot over the years, getting some serious upgrades in the comics. Initially, it was described as a specially built high-powered auto. In the 2000s is when we started to see some of those serious upgrades. The 2008 Batmobile owner's manual states that it has a 5-cylinder engine more powerful than turbine jet engines, capable of achieving up to 10,000 horsepower. In 2009, a new model was revealed in Batman and Robin, which gave it flight capabilities, and 19 different types of projectiles, including a sonic blast and a flame-retardant non-toxic foam. I guess that does come in handy. Up next at number 4, the Flying Nimbus. Okay, yes, this one technically is not a car, it is a cloud. But here's that for a sec. The Flying Nimbus is Goku's mode of travel in Dragon Ball and parts of Dragon Ball Z. It's essentially a magical yellow cloud that Goku got from Master Roshi in Dragon Ball, and it moves at high speeds without using up any kind of energy or fuel. Now, to be honest, it probably would have ranked higher on our list in terms of speed if it wasn't for the fact that it is a cloud rather than, you know, a car like our title suggests. But it is a vehicle, a mode of transportation that can be controlled by its user despite not having tires or a steering wheel. Magic, yay! Returning to a vehicle that has wheels, and at number 3, the FANTASTI-CAR. The FANTASTI-CAR is a mode of transportation created by Reed Richards and Johnny Storm to serve the Fantastic Four, and there have been many different versions of it over the years. The MK1 was initially referred to as the Flying Bathtub, because of how it looked. And it was the first vehicle that the Fantastic Four had after they had gone public. Now this version could carry approximately 1,200 pounds and travel up to 60 miles per hour for 200 miles with the ability to break into 4 separate compartments capable of 30 miles per hour up to 100 miles. Now the Mach 2 version of the FANTASTI-CAR is much better. Designed and maintained by Johnny Storm, this version is a 27-foot land vehicle aircraft hybrid that can travel at 550 miles per hour. And fun fact, in the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, a film that you probably shouldn't go watch if you haven't seen it, the FANTASTI-CAR appears in the film, but it's branded as a Dodge. Hardy har har. Moving on to number 2, the Hell Cycle. The Hell Cycle is the motorcycle that belongs to Ghost Riders, and it is quite literally a Hell Cycle. It was created by Mephisto to be the steed for the Spirit of Vengeance. It's another vehicle on this list that is not powered by traditional fuel. It runs thanks to Hellfire, and it is not at all affected by or follows the natural laws of physics. It moves at insane speeds, it can drive up vertical surfaces, it can go across water, and has proven to be able to fly at times. It also leaves a trail of fire thanks to the flames on its wheels, with the trail appearing more so when the Hell Cycle is moving at fast speeds. Now over the years, Johnny Blaze and Dan Ketch have had other versions of a Hell Cycle, one being a Skull Cycle, which was basically just a regular bike with custom aesthetics, and the other being a bike with flaming wheels and a medallion of power for a gas cap. And in Ultra Universes, the Hell Cycle has also proven to be wickedly fast too, with the version in Ghost Rider 2099 having supercharged turbo thrusters added to it. Not too shabby. And last but not least, in at number 1, the SPAZZ Frag 666. Lobo's SPAZZ Frag 666 tops this list thanks to the fact that it can move at several million kilometers per mile, capable of intergalactic travel, and can do a plethora of tricks like shoot flames. It also runs on unleaded fuel, and it has a 17-liter 3X turbo engine. It's one of the most badass bikes in the entirety of the DC universe, and it also has a ton of storage for a bike, which I guess would be a mega bonus if you were an intergalactic bounty hunter needing to lug around large firearms and weapons at high speeds. Comes in handy, I suppose. Alright, there we have it, friends. What other comic book vehicles, land vehicles specifically, do you think should have been on this list? Which ones do you think are the fastest? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know your thoughts and your feels. If you guys dug this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, share it with a friend, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos just like this. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. One moment, please. I liked that.